Hey, this is Kaufman is Alive YouTube channel. I look at comic books new and old. Today I'm looking at a new comic book, X-Men, Heir of Apocalypse, #2. And Steve Fox is the writer, Netho Diaz is the penciler, JP Mayer is the inker. It's the same team as on the first issue. I got a review on my channel of the first issue already, so go check that out if you haven't yet, so you're caught up on what's going on in this issue. Cover here is not by Netho Diaz. It's by Dotun Akonde, so different than the interior artist. And kind of looks like we got Genocide here on the cover. It looks like he's dancing. And we got all these X-Men around him charging up, trying to attack him, it looks like. They do something though on this cover that I've talked about before, like some of these characters have these little halos around them. Almost looks like force fields as opposed to just like a black pencil line or ink line. And to me that really calls out that it's been messed with digitally, which is fine. Of course, obviously there's going to be lots of digital artwork, things done digitally, coloring done digitally, inking done digitally, so it tends to happen, but I just prefer not to see like these white halos around the figures in the images. It makes them look like they're cut out images that have just been dragged into this drawing here. So not much going on the cover there. We get the cast of characters. Of course, Apocalypse and his son Genocide, who we saw in the last issue. And we got all 12 contestants here, as Apocalypse, as the name suggests, is looking for his heir. So his son Genocide showed up in the last issue, and Apocalypse claimed to not have anything to do with it. He's terrorizing the town nearby where the temple was. We get a great double splash page here of all the collected X-Men here about to attack Genocide. I keep wanting to call him Holocaust because that was his original name. And that's what I know him as from Age of Apocalypse. I'm sure he's shown up a couple times since, but I haven't really seen him much in X-Men at all. I do not believe he was on Krakoa at all. In fact, they mention it in this issue that he's so dangerous he wasn't even invited to Krakoa. So, but his name's Genocide now, and this is a great demonstration of Netho Diaz's art. Love all the line work here, just inside the fire bubble here, where his skull, all the little power flames and smoke going everywhere. I mean, we even get like the city in the background here. Nice action shot of Cable, Mirage. I love all the line work here. I'm gonna go keep gushing about the line work in this issue because it's so good. I love these faces that he's drawn here. I was not familiar with Netho Diaz until recently, and he's quickly become one of my favorite comic book artists. It really takes me back. It's a real throwback style to like Jim Lee or Brett Booth, and it fits perfect with X-Men, so this is a really, really fun issue. I love the way he draws this building. You can tell it's going to be crumbling. Really nice hand here. JP Mayer is the inker. He does a great job in this book here as well. So, Holocaust, or Genocide, and Exodus are battling here, and Exodus just telepathically throws him into this building. And the building starts to collapse, and it's going to collapse right onto Cypher. And he's holding on to this child. He says, "Close your eyes, okay? Don't worry, everything will be..." And then, just in time, Penance shows up and smashes the boulders and rocks all the way. Very cartoony way. I guess she just smashes the building out of the way and there's no debris that falls on them at all. But we get some backstory here as well on some of the characters we didn't get backstory on in the last issue of why Apocalypse brought them here. So we find out Penance, she's having a coffee date with Quicksilver, which is cool. They're keeping up the fact that they got together in Uncanny Avengers. But she's waiting for Quicksilver to come back with some coffee that he ran off to Japan to retrieve. But that's when Apocalypse shows up and makes his pitch to her to show up here, and which she does. And Richter uses his power to lift up Cypher and the little girl and all these other people to get them out of the way. So while they're battling genocide, they're also trying to save all the people. I love Richter's old school 90s throwback costume here. I love that he's still got like the half shirt. He's got like little spiked shoulder pads, the hooded cut off sleeve, jacket. And he's all in green too. I've always thought Richter was a pretty cool character. And he's trying to go one-on-one with Genocide. And he tries to just bury him under all the rock. And some really nice drawings here. But he's a living furnace, Genocide says, and he just blows the rocks away. And then an awesome splash page. This is so well done. I love you get the front shot of him blasting the rocks away, and then you go from the back, and you can feel the motion of his hand with knocking everything else away here. All the little, flash, fire flames going everywhere, and the rocks and rubble. So well done. And there's a lot of great little team shots too in this book, like here of Cable, Forge, and Mirage. Like he's drawing everybody here in the battle and not just focusing on one person at a time, which is, there's something to be said for that. That can be hard to do in a team book. A lot of characters can get lost in a battle like this. It's a nice drawing by Joshua Cassera too. That Avengers number 17 cover with Storm there. So, something else I appreciate, I said in the last issue, in my last review, that, I didn't know and understand why Exodus was here because he really hates Apocalypse. They don't like each other, and in the last issue of X-Men, they even battled, and Apocalypse nearly killed Exodus. And we see the dying and dead Krakoan Gates here, too, which is something else I appreciate. I just love the background here. It's just a bunch of quick lines. You get some lines here to show like a mountain in the background, but it's really good. But Apocalypse says that he doesn't want a yes man, basically. He wants someone that will challenge him, which Exodus always does. So that's why he's bringing Exodus into this competition. So I like that they explained in this issue why Exodus is here. That was something I complained about in the last issue. They tied it up here, so that's cool. Some really great pages here again. I love this just like horizon line here. Just this like floor. That's all there is. And we get all the characters here battling Genocide. Just an awesome action shot. I really like the way Netho Diaz draws Cable. I'd like to see him do a Cable miniseries, I think. Again, just really good backgrounds here, too. They're pretty simple, but at least he takes the effort to draw some backgrounds so you don't get lost and you know where you are in the book. But then here on this page, there really are no backgrounds. We just get lots of quick action lines. Again, the whole team is here. I like how he draws everybody, takes the time to get the whole team in there. This makeshift X-Men team. It is kind of the plot of this is pretty funny. Steve Fox is the writer of this, and he was also the writer on the X-Men 97 comic miniseries that just came out. and which also has a very simple plot. And this is a very simple plot as well, where Apocalypse has just gathered all these random mutants together, and now they're all battling his son, and one by one they're getting picked off here. We saw Richter, he got killed off earlier in this issue, and now Exodus uses his power to get rid of Holocaust, but it also took out Penance. And that makes Emma really unhappy. And Mirage is even shedding a tear, which is nice, because a lot of times in these issues we see X-Men die and it feels like there's no mourning at all. It's not even acknowledged. Some of these characters just die and then they just go on with their life like nothing happened. So at least we get some conflict here, as they're not happy with what Exodus just did. And then Sinister shows up. He's been hiding this whole time, and he's got this little, like, I don't know what it is, this little green, like, slime on the palm of his hand, and he slaps it on the back of Exodus, and it causes Exodus to fall over and die, which is what he also did this earlier in the issue, which I kind of skipped over to Armageddon Girl. Yeah, here it is. He slaps her on the back, and she's about to attack Genocide, and right as she does, she loses all of her powers and gets blasted away by Genocide there. So Sinister up to his old tricks here. He's slowly, one by one, trying to take all these competitors out, because at least he remembers that he's still in this competition to become Apocalypse's heir. So, and then on this page we find out that Apocalypse actually did lure Genocide here. So this was all part of his plan. But we get a letter, a little blurb here. It says, "You're going to regret much more than that, Apocalypse." And we get the final splash page here, and it's Archangel. And a really nicely done splash page. And it's to be continued. So, yeah. Awesome, awesome comic. I can't recommend this enough. This is one of my favorite comics that I've read recently, honestly. It just, for the artwork alone, again, the plot is pretty simple plot, something you've seen in a lot of B movies 100 times, kind of, where you just get like 10 random people together and they all kind of got to survive in this place and the winner gets the prize, kind of like The Condemned or Squid Game or something. But I can't recommend it enough just for the art alone. Again, Netho Diaz, JP Mayer, great team here. And I highly recommend you checking this out, X-Men Heir of Apocalypse. And thanks for subscribing. If you haven't yet, please do. And check out all my videos. I got about 60 videos so far, and I post every single day. So I'll see you on the next one.